I think nowadays companies are bringing their EV to very high-end powers, because some of these vehicles that used to be V8s back in the days, that used to be muscle cars that every fan or every young guy had them in their dreams to own, now are becoming EVs, like the Dodge Hornet. If you love the Dodge Hornet, at least the new one, you're gonna love this one. This is a one of one, and it's actually called the Hornet RTF FC1-X. It has 4 electrical motors producing 1,070 horsepower, and it's rocketing the 0 to 60. It's going 0 to 60 in 1.4 seconds. So this is what CEO of Dodge had to say regarding this vehicle. Dodge CEO Matt McLear said Nitrocross is a perfect venue for the brand, as roughly 75% of the fans are between the ages of 18 to 34. This gives the company a way to promote the Hornet, to the youthful enthusiasts and the new audience. You know, unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, the new audience or the new enthusiast who's getting into automotive, at least from when I go to shows and I speak to some of them, they're not about EVs. Some of them think the EVs are cool. Some of them think the Teslas are cool, but they're mostly about gas. But with this time around, Dodge has done this great looking vehicle that looks amazing. 4 electrical motors bringing 1,000 horsepower. So who doesn't love to have 1,000 horsepower? Even though you can't own this because this is a one of one vehicle, but is wanting to capture and promote it within the youth, so youth could fall in love with it and think race car vibes or whatever. You're obviously not getting anywhere near the same Dodge Hornet that you would be getting. So we're going to get into the article here, and it says, this brutal, but Dodge has finally unveiled a cool Hornet. Unfortunately, you won't be able to buy one, as it is bound for the 2024-2025 Nitrocross Series. It is set to compete in Group E class. The Hornet RT is a high-performing EV with 4 flux motors producing a combined output of 1,070 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 1.4 seconds. Besides the drivetrain and what Dodge has done with this vehicle, because I think is amazing, it has a huge wing in the back. Almost looks like a NASA wing, or NASA made this. We're getting into this picture here. I love the fact how they did these wide fenders. The front of the car looks extremely wide. The back diffuser looks great. The wing in the top looks amazing, but again, we miss engine sound, and that's what we want. When we see this car at the track, we want to see engine sound. We don't just want to sit there and hear electrical motors winding down and just tire noise. As I think I speak for, at least for myself and a couple of guys that don't like that. Anyways, so continue. It says those aren't the only things that set the car apart, as the model has a tubular chassis, an adjustable double wishbone suspension, 12-inch wheel travel, and they're joined together by an Alcon braking system and adjustable anti-roll bars. Now, this is actually pretty good for Dodge. I'm not jutting them down on this or knocking them down, because they are doing a promotion, and promotion works that way. So they do. The Nitrocross has a pretty big fan base, and the age it is from, I would say 18 to like 40, or maybe even 45. But they wanna pursue that young fan into buying this vehicle. We're gonna look at a front picture here of this vehicle, and it looks really, really cool. These white fenders are amazing. Has a nice little tow hook in the front. The Liberty looks really good, because the Liberty has this like red chrome neon type of vibe, and I think it screams out everything about race car on this vehicle. The wing is massive. The wing is out of this world, something coming out of a spaceship. I love the fact how it's lifted. Is obviously a Nitrocross. I love the fact how it's lifted. But again, I think we miss the fact that we want to hear an engine, and we want to see it go down the track with engine noise, turbos, kind of like what Jim Connor was doing back in the days, or Ken Block, RIP, was doing back in the days. And we want to see that. The article goes to say, the Hornet was the most important Dodge in over a decade, but it has been met with a shrug, as the company is on track to sell more than 23,000 units in the United States this year. For comparison, Ford moved 37,000 Escape in the second quarter alone. So they're trying to move this vehicle, and they're trying to promote this vehicle, and they're trying to give light to this vehicle in order to move more of the sales. But I think when you hear Hornet and you go back to the history of what the Dodge Hornet was, I think there's a lot of missing factors on this new one right here. And hopefully it caters to the young audience, and hopefully it does sell, because we don't want to see cars coming in and out. We don't want to see that. At least for us consumers, we don't want to see this test and trial error going on with cars. We just want them to stay here and be here for a while. And I think most of us probably want a lot more gasolines than EV. Anyways, this is the brand new Nitrocross Dodge Hornet making 1,000 horsepower. Tell me what you guys think. I'll read you in the comments. Your boy is out of here.